All right, now we're going to take a look at Aleks 7-1, number 6. So this is Aleks 7-1, number 6. It says this: below is a graph of a parabola with its vertex and another point of the parabola labeled. Write an equation for this parabola. Now I want to start with the equation of a parabola. Let's see here. Where is it? There it is. For a parabola, there's two possibilities, and we've learned that the P tells you whether it's vertical or horizontal. So for example, this first formula is a vertical parabola because the P is next to the Y. Focus and all that would go off of the Y. This one in our picture is a horizontal parabola. It's opening left. Okay, which means I'm going to be selecting this second formula. So I'm going to copy that down. The formula chart says it's Y minus K squared equals 4P x minus h. And again, I selected this formula out of the two because it's a left opening parabola, which means it's a horizontal parabola. The P, the focus, the reflection point, is going to be somewhere here on the left, which means that focus needs to be included next to x. Okay, so that's why I chose this formula. And I want to tell you something else that tells me I can infer that my p-value will be negative. I'll have a negative p-value because the focus would be to the left. Okay, because that focus is left, I later have a negative p. But how do I solve this problem? Here's what I do. The first thing I do is identify the vertex. The vertex in my particular problem is listed at 3, -4. I know that's a really small number, so let me write it a little bigger. It's 3, -4. And so I can plug in the vertex into my equation first off. So I'd have y. Now remember, it's a lie here. That's why it says a minus k on the formula chart. So instead of saying a -4 in here, I'm going to make it a lie and make it become y plus 4. So my y would be plus 4 squared, y plus 4 squared, quantity squared that is, equals 4p times, and now I'm going to insert in this 3 for h. So it makes it a liar, it would be x minus 3. So now what I've done is I've gotten a little bit closer to writing my equation. The only thing I'm missing is whatever p is, and insert that in. Okay. Next, they gave us another point. Well, that random point happens to be an x and a y. It's not a vertex, it's not a focus, it's just a random x and y. So how could I solve with this? What I do is I plug it in into x and y, and then I can finally solve for p. This one I'm going to put in. No, that's a great question. I'm not going to put this one in as a lie. I'm just going to insert it straight in. So I'm going to say the y is 4. So it'll be 4 plus 4 squared equals 4p times my x is 1. So it'll be x minus 3. Now, if I do this correctly, I should get a negative p here. Let's start solving this. 4 plus 4 is 8. And over here, I have 4p times 1 minus 3 is a -2. 8 squared is 64. 4 times -2 is -8. And so finally, to isolate this p here, I would need to divide by -8. When I divide by -8, we find out that p is going to equal -8. And so now I can go back in and get a solution for my answer by saying, okay, this is going to be 4p times 8. 4p will equal -32. I got that by multiplying both sides by 4. And so now I can go back in for my solution, say, okay, that 4p is -32. This must be my equation. Now I can check it also.
So when I write the equation, I don't have to do the point that it goes through.
That x and y, yeah, you want to substitute that back in because a graph is saying for all values of x and y, and so that point is just one particular value. Returning the x and y back to the equation will give you the curve. So I'm going to check my answer real quick in Desmos. And so how do I check it? Is I'm going to type in the whole equation that we just came up with. Let me shrink this a little bit so I can see it. We think the equation is going to be y plus 4, sorry. Y plus 4 quantity squared equals -32 times x minus 3. When I look at it, it tells me my vertex is 3 comma -4, which is exactly what we had. And if I check, does it go through the point 1, 4? Let me see here. 1 comma 4. I plug it in. You see how 1, 4 is on the graph? I've done it correctly. So that would be the equation of the graph.